Then I'd have to gather my stuff.
Gather
I
your bits and
sleep with my axe.
Or I'd just have to. Well, I wouldn't be getting full on dressed up or nothing, because if I've been sleeping, I'd just probably sweep up the bow and go and have a look what's going on.
bow and pants. That's awesome. Bow and pants, you head out. Amarakis.
I'm casting Sanctuary on Carp.
Sanctuary. You
She sells seashells.
Okay.
Wasn't plan A, but it'll have to be now.
No worries. Okay. Yep. You actually, as you kind of stagger, you just get to the point where you can see Carp, but mainly you can actually see Lumi stood there, and this tiny little 2.5 foot figure next to him, and beyond him this huge armored Hulk walking slowly towards the farmhouse with purpose.
I'll shout to Lumi. I'll protect the boy.
Okay.
You won't
That's
get a response.
perfect.
You'll-
I don't
Lumi,
care about the boy.
You'll know that's fine with me. Right.
Lumi, you're on deck.
I've got some turn undead stuff. I don't know how it works.
Look it up. You've got the journal there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Click on
saying-
the eye. Type turn
Stop
undead.
being a pussy.
Yeah.
Stop making us do your own work for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Project manage your own shit.
I've got people do that for me. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing with it doesn't
Doesn't
in
affect-
here, it doesn't go into the detail of the oaths.
As an
It's
action, you present
specific-
your holy symbol and speak a prayer ensuring the undead. Or send
Yeah,
the
if-
undead.
No, it's different. It's different per oath. I have different ones than those are like the standard ones. Once you take your oaths, you get a different type of turn undead.
Alright, you're on your own then.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'll protect the boy.
Sorry.
You read your abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1 minute,
I
Hulk.
hope-
1
I
minute.
hope that it's
Yeah, 1 minute.
relevant to
Yeah.
the creature.
And if it's an anticlimax, you protect
In
the boy.
in the event of fiend,
Yeah.
take out my holy symbol. Slop.
You know that Phil's going to make you research this for the next 3 rounds and then just go, it's not undead.
Yeah, it is. To be
It's
fair,
got
Bill,
previous.
is looking this up or not?
No, so my view on this is if you don't know, it doesn't work, right? So that's the answer.
Oh, hang on.
Right.
Right.
So if you don't know
You
it, if you don't know
believe.
your own abilities, then
Uh-oh.
it's as simple as you can
This
try
could be
it. and it'll
very
just
bad for
fail.
me.
Channel Divinity. Yeah, right, hang on. All right then.
God.
Okay, I'm charging it. Then there you go.
Okay.
Slight change. Chant change. Ah! Battle cry coming out.
Okay, make a roll. Make your attack.
Hunter's mark.
I know the Hunter's
well.
Mark. You've already told me that one.
Hunter's mark is on. Yep.
Make your attack roll.
Stop stalling.
Peon.
You can't just repeat powerful abilities until it runs away.
18. Nope.
No.
You slash at him, and it seems to. You think it's going to kind of glance off his armor, and he swats at your sword talon with his kind of black, like I say, it's almost like a broadsword, and he just swats it away with contempt. His action is to step in, and he'll headbutt you. So he kind of knocks your sword away.
My kind of fighter.
Smash. And his roll. What's your armor class?
19.
19. Yeah, hits.
19.
He hits you and knocks you prone. Does 2 points of bashing damage, but he knocks you prone, knocks you to the ground.
Oh, that's damage.
Yeah, crash. Like I say, just stuns you for a second and knocks you to the floor. You
It'll
see
be
him
lethal
kind of
soon
tower
enough.
over you.
Am I within range to attack yet?
No.
Right, so I will just be full tilt bended basically this round. Just try and get there.
Okay, full tilt. You can go. I was going to say by the end of this round, you'll have both you and Shepherd and Brorna and Amarakis will have come out into the outside with your possessions.
I do hope there's
Such an
only
appetite.
one of these fuckers in this town. I get the impression there isn't.
That's a fair point.
Only pinged once.
Brorna.
So that's you've only got a certain range though.
64.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Brorna,
I'm gonna magic missile it, but I've got magic missile in one of my second level slots, so it does 2 darts, I think, rather than 1.
magic missile does 3 shots, so yours will
It's
do
an extra. It's an extra dart then.
Can you nuke
That's
this
okay
round
then.
though?
She will do because she's got range. But
Okay.
Yeah.
you'll end up kind of shooting through the doorway.
Don't miss.
You're welcome to make
An
a roll.
extra D4 damage for a high level slot, Joe.
Yeah. An extra
That's
D4 dab.
4d4 plus 3.
Right. Hang on. Then.
Make that roll. Let's see what happens.
I will.
Oh, this is where we get a hedge growing up through our anus.
It's gonna work
Hang on
out.
a second.
Work out beautifully. Not again.
Please stop
Edge
the
end.
edge where we're in.
I've rolled the wrong one because I should have rolled intelligence. Sorry.
Yeah, you have form as well.
You just click on the spell job and put it in your character sheet.
I haven't put it in my character sheet. No. Sorry. I know.
Traveling with a band of amateurs, man.
How rude.
Yeah, so you'll kick it. In fairness, you kick it off. You'll see the spell, the darts kind of curve out towards it, and they all impact on it. They seem to have very little, if any, effect upon it. You certainly can see the impact as the kind of pale light crashes on its armor. Seems to have almost
Like it's
almost
resisted it, or like it wasn't a powerful enough shot.
both.
Oh.
It made it save versus meh.
Yeah, Carp.
Yeah.
Carp will attack it.
Oh.
I'm afraid he doesn't succeed, but he
Honk.
hits it. He hits it kind of mid thigh with his wooden sword, and shouts, "Kia!" and, like smashes into the armored leg. There's a horrible sort of splintering crack from his sword as it kind of breaks, but he sort of kind of hits and steps to one side, almost like he's trying to pop free from combat. Back to the top of the round.
Very bad for him.
Shepherd, your action. But outside.
Well, now seeing this fucking thing,
It hasn't done it then.
fucking hell. Bloody magic on this thing. Okay.
How come it hasn't done anything? Is it just standing there and taking it?
No, it's just headbutted.
No,
Action that round was the headbutt.
Yeah, that round it dropped Lumi.
Ah, yeah.
Right.
That
Yeah.
moment that I forgot about that happened 10 seconds ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
alright, it's just fucking quicker.
Tank 1 is down. Tank 2, front and centre, if you please.
Sorry, yes, sir.
Grundak, while we're waiting for Shepherd to work out what his spells do.
I don't.
Grundak,
Fucking,
this
it's
is
just
the
easy
same
for me
thing
to
you
roll
saw in
fucking
your
deep
dream.
way.
Right.
This is the creature you saw in your dream that threw you off the top.
Yeah, I will howl. The way I'm going to summon the berserk rage, as it
Oh,
were,
yeah.
is I'm letting rip with a ragged howl, very much like a wolf. And as I will leap with an overhanded,
Face smasher. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
We'll come to you in about 15 turns.
I'm gonna
Well,
fucking.
Shepherd gets a rulebook out and goes, "Oh, 1 minute."
By the time
Level
I've
2
figured
spell.
out how to get the fucking spell in here, it's easy for me to just roll a fucking d20.
so you got
Can't you
the
just search
paladin.
for it in roll 20?
Yes.
You can, but
Yeah,
I
but then you've
don't-
got to put it
you
in
can't do
things, so you
anything with
roll
it,
it, so
yeah.
it gets damage. So it's just easier right now for me to just do this shit.
I'm just doing my shit. Leave me alone.
Do, do, do.
Where's my thing gone now?
Beg pardon?
This is a good
Right,
time to
so,
stop suffering.
that probably won't get it. 15 on my spellcaster.
What were you trying to do?
Oh, sorry, I was going to do Dissonant Whispers from a second level spell slot.
Okay. Let me make a roll. We have a C. No. You'll do the damage.
Oh wow, I mean,
Yeah.
that's good because it gives me an extra D6 doing it from a second.
Yep.
18 psychic damage.
18 psychic damage will rock it on its heels. Yeah, you actually see a haze of bright light around its head as the dissonant whispers hits, like lands. Yeah, he botched his wisdom saving roll. So, yep, that lands. Does him a big chunk load of damage. Amarakis, you are on deck. What you doing?
Casting
Literally.
Guiding Bolt.
Guiding bolt. Go for it. Have you added it to your character sheet?
Yeah, although it doesn't seem to be coming out.
Traveling with amateurs.
Guiding bolt's kind of your big nuke, isn't it?
I'm clicking it. It's not coming out.
That's what I always.
Have you highlighted your character?
Yeah, straight from here.
As if by magic.
No. Oh, it's asking what level. My bad. I've got that.
By
wrong.
magic.
It's actually level 2.
Okay.
21 radiant.
Okay. Let's see if he can reflex save to drop it to half. He does, I'm afraid.
Right.
That kind of light will smash into him. You see it kind of ripple, the brilliant light ripple across his chest, and it takes another step forward.
Antithesis of light.
There is a secondary part of that spell for the guiding part.
Yep.
The next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Okay.
It outlines it in radiant light.
Yep, that's right. So I was just going to say, so my understanding is that Lumi, you have advantage on your attack.
Until my turn comes
But
around
you're
again.
prone,
You've got
so
advantage.
unfortunately you'll either have to attack from prone, or with a huge penalty, or you'll have to spend your turn getting up. You're on mute again.
Oops. Sorry,
Just
I'm
team of
coughing,
professionals.
which is really annoying for anyone who's. So
Almost,
can I
almost as annoying as talking while you're on mute. Marginally.
can I
I'm just being a bitch today.
as I'm getting up, can I breath weapon attack him?
Yeah, there's a chance that you might hit Carp, who's right next to you.
Won't do it then. Won't do it. I will take a smack at him from the ground while
You
Just
lose the advantage, so you just roll a standard roll for this.
right, okay.
Is your head about to explode, Mike?
It does sound like it.
Lord, have you moved to vaping?
I'm dabbling. I'm out of ciggies.
17.
You've
Okay.
become a vapor.
You'll slice at him. Annoyingly, he'll block it again. It's not enough to beat his AC, so he'll block it, knock it to one side, and he puts a foot upon your chest. And you see him reverse his sword with both hands, smash the sword down upon you,
That's not so good.
and he hits.
It's gonna hurt.
Lumi.
Okay.
How many dreams have you been
Whoa!
saved?
He deals 19 points of damage.
Oh,
As he smashes it down. So he's got his foot on your chest, kind of pinging you to the ground. You hear this horrible shrill rasp from the helm. You can't see any features within it. And he goes, "Foolish servant!" Crash, and then smashes the tip of his blade down. It hits you in the face.
That'll leave a
Damage
scar.
to the face.
19 points of damage.
To the face.
There's a kind of horrible moment as Carp puts his shield in the way, and the blade goes down through the shield, through his arm, and smashes and glances off your head. If he hadn't have done that, you think that would have been a killing blow. That probably would have ended you. That would have been like 30 odd points of damage, and he puts his arm in the way and probably loses it. So there's a shriek from Carp as he staggers back, blood pouring from his arm. Grundak, your turn.
Howl and all out attack, basically. It's just
Make me an attack roll.
so now everybody. By the way, you're on advantage.
You're all on advantage.
we're all
You're
on
on
a
advantage anyway.
On
No,
You're on advantage for your attack rolls, not
Yes.
for magic and stuff.
Brilliant.
26.
Not for magic.
So Cinema Glory already putting up an advantage.
That's great.
So
It is?
25 damage.
Yeah, that's enough. Please narrate the death of the fiend.
So,
Oh.
so basically, when I see what he does to both Lumi and the poor Carp, I just lose my shit. There's a ragged wolf-like howl, and I literally leap. You know, that classic sort of legs sort of bent up in the air as you come with an overhanded swing,
Proper
and I
Wolverine.
bury the axe right in his skull.
Manga strike.
Yeah, you just need a 15-foot sword that's 3 foot thick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
short skirt
absolutely.
and panties.
There's a huge kind of there's a huge sound of like twisting metal as the blow lands, sort of shears the head in two. For a second, you're actually not sure if it's down. You know, kind of like a huge mortal blow, and it wavers for a second, and then just seems to just turn to dust, like black, like ash almost, and just drops into tiny little fragments that come on the breeze.
Heal the boy!
Yeah, I'll be up.
Okay, get up.
Straight.
Terrible wound, pouring blood.
I'll ignore that. Lay on hands straight onto Carp.
26 hit points back to Lumi and Carp.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that'll do it.
Some serious natural 20s being thrown out.
What I'm going to say, man, you guys are so awesome when it comes to roll-20. Wow.
What happened? It used to hate us.
Hang on. Everybody
Hey.
bar me is
Yeah.
awesome at
I'm
roll
I'm not
20.
so well either.
Actually, that's true.
I get like, give me a perception check. Natural 20. Hit the guy. 11.
No.
I'm just, whilst all this is going on, I'm trotting up the path just to get a sense of what's going on in the town, if anything.
Nothing.
Are there more of these things?
Seems quiet. Weirdly, it seems a little lighter.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of look back down the path at everyone, and the little bit of backwash of light just gives it a bit of back sort of animal glow to his, like that sort of reflection you get from proper animal eyes at night.
Yeah. The
It's
kind
not
of
weird at all.
mirrored lenses.
Yeah. So as I
Yeah,
look back at them, that's what you'll see.
There's something definitely bestial about, kind of almost feral about him as he kind of heads back towards you. You can see this huge glow as the prayer of healing manifests around both Lumi and Carp. Carp's kind of like holding his arm. The sword looks as though it punched straight down between the two bones in his arm.
Radius and ulnar.
Neatly, yeah, between the radius and ulnar, and he now has a huge black scar that runs all the way down his arm, and he sits sobbing, and he keeps saying, "My shield, my shield." So he's like kind of holding his arm because clearly that really hurts, but he's like, "My shield." His sword's
I'll kneel in front of him with my sword like this and say, I owe you my life, and I thank you for your sacrifice.
still gutted.
Still a bit
That's really
gutted.
cool. Still gutted. My best shield. At this point, in fairness, really moments after this it's triggered, both Grace and Colleen come sort of staggering out into the darkness, blinking sleep away. What's happened? Of course, because from their perspective, there is no enemy there. There's nothing there. There's just you guys. And Colleen will look at you and see her son hurt, and you see her pull her short sword. Say, "Please step away from my son."
Yeah, I'll just sheath my sword. Stand up.
There was a manifestation of evil here.
Don't.
Carp saved my brother.
Carp, come here. Carp kind of sheepishly heads across. I did proper save him and everything, but I broke him his shield, Mom. Kind of narrows her eyes. Are you okay? And he kind of holds up the big, horrible, ragged scar on his arm. And there's a bit of a like. He kind of turns his steely gaze towards you, like, someone fucking explain.
I'll point to Lumi.
Colleen, the darkness that we felt gathering last night, it manifested into a creature of some kind.
A fiend. It made a mark in your field. I'll point over to where the mark is. I saw it and I called it out. I didn't know that Carp would join me, although if it hadn't been for him, and I'm guessing I've got a massive black raggedy scar across the side of my head as well, I'll say, if it weren't for him, I would be dead. I owe him my life.
Sort of nods. Silent. Turns to Grace. Go and check the field. Grace will kind of take the quarterstaff and
I'll pad off after her.
I'll go with her as well.
This is considerable power to do something like this.
Ellie nods. We had better go inside. And you can see her looking round to see if anything else, there are any other manifestations of darkness here. And she'll kind of...
Only Brorna.
She shepherds... Yeah, absolutely. Shepherds Carp.
And the manifestation.
Grace will walk across to the earth, and you can see that you remember I showed you the symbol of Shar, which is a black disc with a little outline. It's fading from view.
I've seen that before.
Grace kind of kneels down. You see her kind of enter do some kind of motions with her hands, entering some kind of trance. She'll kind of she kneels down. For a second, it seems to stabilize instead of fading, as she channels chi into the ground. It stays there for only a moment longer before it dissolves away. I've never felt anything like this before, but it's definitely evil.
Took a lot to put down.
As she's doing that, I'll do Divine Sense again. So I'll bring out my holy symbol. I didn't think so.
Enough, you go Divine Sense, and you gain a sense of 2 forces of spirit. So you'll sense a force of strong goodness within Grace, and a wild sense of spirit from within Grundak. But there's no trace of that evil, that foulness in the air. It's gone.
Okay.
Okay, you're heading back to...
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I saw that creature in my dreams.
What, your nightmare you spoke of?
Mm-hmm.
And?
This was the one that chucked me off the mountainside. Not this time.
Grace will kind of walk.
Not any time. It's been dispatched.
You
I think
sense this kind of darkness before then?
That was the first time. That nightmare.
Maybe you should head off to pastures new in case these problems follow you around.
Yay, we're being
I think
kicked out
that-
somewhere else.
I think they have a point, to be honest, because
Yeah, I'll be nodding.
Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I am?
like-
something is clearly unhappy with
I
us.
still think dogs are steps. We shouldn't be staying here with the family.
No,
I
we
agree.
need to move on.
With all due respect, Clean, you're right.
Can we at least wait till morning? Because these things, if they do come, they come at night.
This is not meant by way of disrespect. I'm
We don't take it that way.
grateful for what you've done. If these things are following you, one of those decimate this place. There are no fighters your equal.
We need to keep moving, and then we'll track down the source and destroy it. Or
Sort of smiles. There's a little sort of wry smirk upon her face. I've heard that said by adventurers before. But I pray that luck follows you. Time or guide your way.
I think darkness follows us, but that's okay.
Hey, cheery.
You head back into the orderly farm. Things seem okay. Carp seems all right, and is already kind of admiring his scar with great pleasure. Although he does moan and complain about the fact that clearly his shield and sword are insufficient for his needs, and that his mother should equip him correctly for
Lumi,
defense
I'll
of
take
the
you in Draconic. I think we should make a
homestead.
donation towards his equipment in light of his act.
So he's a bit like,
I wholeheartedly
Mother?
agree.
I think I should be using proper steel weapons now. And she's just like, I think that's a ridiculous idea, and absolutely not.
Maybe I should need some armor.
I will definitely be needing brigandine.
Tiny suit of chain.
But you can see he's already kind of still full of beans from his encounter, and doesn't actually seem that flustered by it. So
There's bound to be a weaponsmith or something around, isn't there, that we could buy some cheap
Not in
crap.
Phandalin.
There's the general stores that we supplied.
The general store's got some
Leather and
linen-
such like.
Like a
Linane
short
grey
sword.
wig.
Or-
I was going to say,
Yeah,
if we
Linen-
pop by Linane on the way back and give her a credit note in camp.
You're not welcome here.
Linane's all right.
Yeah,
Linaine was the
far.
one that gave you the bag of silver.
yeah,
so far.
before we leave town, Phil, me and Lumi are going to set up a credit note in Carp's name.
Yep.
Okay.
To the value of a sword and a shield.
Well, morning has broken.
Armor.
Morning has
Mm.
broken.
Right. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to. I'll back in 2 minutes. Sorry.
You get like
Okay.
2.5
Carry on.
foot tall armor. just
Just cut a sleeve off a
Just the
big,
boots
off a
should
big
do it.
suit.
Just
Cut a
take a
sleeve off and
Chainmail
plug it
dress.
into it.
take a metal pail,
Make him a whole book.
cut a hole in the top and 2 armholes.
And just pop it on him inside the bucket.
Just get
Yeah.
a piece of chain and just wrap it around him.
Wrap it around him. Yeah, so like I say,
Chain on.
the rest of the night passes without incident. And interestingly enough, that next morning seems brighter, warmer, and almost back to the usual spring you would imagine. So sorry about that, Brorna. You have to pull your hood back up now. So yeah, you're more than welcome to visit Linen on your way out of the village, but we need to know which way you're going. So from what you've been told,
I would
Well-
say that village.
I was going to say, so from what you've been told, there
Where
are
the
two
druid-
there are 2 clear directions you could aim from here.
It's Thunder Tree.
Or 3. One would argue maybe 3. So if you think from the northwest, it's somewhat heading back towards Neverwinter, but you could aim back towards the kind of potentially dead village of Thunder Tree, which you've heard is perhaps where Radoth could be found. Or you could head back down the Tribor Trail either to Wyvern Tor to take out the orcs there, or you could head to Old Owl Well. The decision is yours.
You go east to the well, turn to page 43.
Yeah.
West to Thunder Tree, turn to page 95.
In light
So-
of
We
recent
go-
experiences
Yeah.
and a thing of darkness itself coming after us, I think we should be accelerating our need to find Cragmore so we can acquire this map back. Because
Okay.
clearly, the fact that we're even getting close is, let's say, perturbing.
I think the
dark.
manifestation of an avatar of the death goddess in the local field somewhat speeds our quest.
I think heading towards Thunder Tree and seeing if we can find this druid who supposedly watches over this dead place. I think our path is kind of being sped along towards trying to get some kind of resolution.
I agree.
Otherwise, we're
That's
just.
why we find the druid.
we
How
don't
do you
want
think
many
your
more
brother's
nights
going to
like
take that?
He's not stupid. He'll understand the immediacy of the situation.
Well, what's the bigger threat? The evil dark goddess of death and her fiend minions that chop the arms off small boys, or undead who've been milling around a well for a while and people are just warning them away from it.
I think if you phrase it to him like that, he'll be fine.
He'll go along with it. Don't worry about it. It's be fine. Yeah, so you can leave a credit note with Linen. She seems most amused that you guys would provide for Carp, but is more than happy to take a few coin to make sure that she can kit him out
Death of honour.
suitably. So yeah, she's more than happy with that.
How much do we leave you?
4 or 5 gold pieces would be enough to get him.
Call it 5.
Sure, no problem. And next time you're passing through, I'll let you know what's been picked and pass on any change that's left.
Okay.
Give the change to the boy.
Towards his armor.
But yeah, you can head off north. It's probably a few days travel to get to the abandoned
Lumi
village.
complains, just tell him we cast charm person on him and persuaded him.
Yep, no problem. That will work perfectly. That'll be okay. I'm sure we'll go along with it. So you kind of head back up the trail, kind of heading vaguely north towards the Tribor Trail. Ahead of you, you can see Neverwinter Wood, and you know from the directions that you've received that as long as you keep Neverwinter Wood on your right-hand side and follow the line north, you will come across the town of the abandoned town of Thunder Tree, as it is bisected by Neverwinter River. So, yep, you can absolutely head in that direction. No problem.
Was there a map somewhere of the Sword Coast that you posted?
I think I posted it originally, but we can use the narrative.
Hang on, I'm sure it was. I saw it in Roll20 before.
There was one, but I think there's also like a GM's map, so I'm afraid to click on it.
Oh, right, okay, in which case.
I did link one at one point, which was one I just pulled off the web.
I think that's the one we saw. It wasn't one from Roll20.
Yep.
Right.
There's plenty of them. Just Google it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Just sort of where things are in.
Yeah, you see that? The only problem with it, it's got all the stuff on. It's got all the bits for all the quests and all the other locations on it. So I'd rather not put it on.
Right. Okay, fair dude.
But yeah, you can like I
But
said,
it's north, isn't it? Thunder Tree is north
Yes.
I'll find one and put one
from Phandalin or something.
okay. Like I say, you can head up. Following the skirting Neverwinter Forest is no problem. You do repeatedly get the feeling that you're being watched from within the forest. There's definitely that sort of slight unnerving feeling that, you know, as you pass by the trees, you go through a particularly dense patch of woodland, and you get the sense that there are eyes within the wood watching you.
So we're not going back up the road we came down towards Phandalin. Are we going overland, cross country, basically?
Yeah, cross country.
Right.
You leave. So Tribal Trail effectively heads from
West
to east, right? So right from you remember there was the main road that runs all the way down.
It's the coast road, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it runs south, doesn't it, from Neverwinter?
That's right. And there's an east-west road, which is the Tribal Trail. You're going to head up from Phandalin and then across country, and you can't miss Neverwinter Wood, right? It's this huge.
Right. So when we come off the road on the coast, we must have cut east then, and that's where we come across those orcs and goblins and stuff. So we're bypassing that. We're just going straight overland and running parallel to the road, but cross country.
That's right.
Hugging the tree line, kind of.
Yep. So heading, I was going to say, you head north from here. I presume you're keeping a fair distance from the tree line. Are you staying?
Oh yeah. Oh hells yeah.
Okay.
Obviously muting while he crisps.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, you get no problems through day one. It's a fairly straightforward journey. The only thing you get is that sort of slight feeling of being watched every now and again from within the woods. You do on the second day come across a fairly large wooden sign with writing marked on it in red, and it says, "Danger! Plant monsters and zombies turn back now."
Sorry, I just had the Plants vs Zombies.
Yep. Little nod to Plants vs Zombies there. Plant monsters and zombies north.
Sorry about that. So where do we decide to go then? Are we going to investigate?
Thunder Tree. You were charmed, so you agreed to everything. You just said, "Yeah, that sounds great."
Yeah, that's fine. That's
I wasn't charmed. I just hit you with my bedazzling display of logical analysis.
And it would sound as though there are zombies in this direction anyway. So
Win-win.
quest to annihilate the undead is still well true.
Listen to the bard. Listen to the bard.
Okay. So
Back in
yeah,
the room.
you take that night again. There's no problems. The evening doesn't push in particularly early. It seems fairly normal spring day. The weather seems fairly temperate for this time of year. Everything seems to have returned to normal for now.
Normal.
Whatever. As you get closer to the river, you can see the river in the distance. You start to see the distant ruins of some kind of town up ahead. From a decent distance away, you can see that most of the buildings are dilapidated, broken down, with vines and brush hiding most of the structures. So you can see kind of stonework popping out here and there. The settlement's on a little bit of a hill, and that heads up towards a tower, and the stone tower looks broken as well, but there's a tower with a collapsed roof that seems to overlook the rest of Thunder Tree.
Do we know why Thunder Tree was abandoned? Is it the same reason why Phandelver was originally abandoned? An orc infestation.
Don't believe this was from orcs.
But we don't really know any of the history behind it.
Nope.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe it's something to do with plant monsters and zombies.
Not good.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some of you might know the stories from the region was that a local mountain erupted, and most of the people in this area left. So the ash from the eruption from Mount Hotenau, which is north of here, was enough to blow ash over all this area. So most folk left here.
Yeah, that'd do it.
A rumble in the distance.
That'd blight all your crops and all kinds. That'd make your land right up. So you'd have to leave. So
you kind of, like I say, from here, the road, you can see that you're moving over land. You start to pick up what looks like a trail that must have been here years ago, which has been overgrown. So originally, perhaps there was a trade route that ran south to the Tribor Trail, which you kind of picked up by accident. But you can see a couple of buildings, one to the left and one to the right, up ahead, probably a good 100 feet or so away from where you are now. That kind of are the first buildings in the town that you'd come across.
So as we're walking the last little distance, I'm scanning around. Is there much activity in terms of spore, trails? I'm trying to get a feel for whether or not this place may be inhabited by undesirables.
Okay. So you do see over the far side. So if you went through the village or you went into the wood and skirted, you think you can see like a very faint trail of smoke. Could be from a campfire, but it looks from here as though it must be over the other side of Thunder Tree.
Oh, had that?
You either got to go through Thunder Tree to get to it, or go into the woods, or You could go around the other way, but you'd still have to go into the woods in order to get round to the other side.
Through the middle or skirt the edge?
Through the middle. Let's just.
It's just
Head on.
We're
Hang on.
legendary.
You want to just head directly towards the smoke?
You lot will protect me. I'm confident.
No. Right. If there was a druid, if there was the druid watching over this place, I would imagine he would have enough outdoors nous to make a fire that didn't have a fuckload of smoke just pinpointing his position. If he's supposedly on overwatch on this place, I think he would be keeping his head down. If there's something to watch, I don't think that smoke's going to be him. Because he'd be... Yes, I think he'd be grossly careless if he was running overwatch on a place and he was giving his position away by just having... I mean, fuck me, a druid's got to know how to build a smokeless fire.
Agreed. I can do it.
In fact, you can, as you're kind of slowly making your way towards the buildings, you can see the first building. You remember I said there were two.
Yeah.
The one on the right looks pretty busted up. The one on the left actually looks reasonably intact and has almost certainly been reinforced. The door is a sturdy oak structure, and the windows have bands, steel bands across them. So have been.
Oh, that's where you're doing overwatch from.
That's
reinforced while you sleep.
Well,
there is no fire.
That's
There's no
great.
smoke coming from that building, though.
Is that near to us? Is that in the direction that we
Closest
were? One of
building?
the
The
first
first two buildings, yeah.
First two
Well,
buildings.
it stands to reason then, if he's running overwatch on a place that needs watching, he would be on an outer edge that's easily accessible, so he doesn't have to go through the middle of it to get to his overwatch position. I think that's where we should try first.
Okay.
That's where
if
I'd
you-
be staying if I was watching over the place.
What's
seriously,
your
Shepherd, you talk far too much.
talks a lot of sense? What's your disposition then, guys? How are you?
Grumpy.
How are you heading down in terms of your layout, please?
Offended.
I'll bring up the rear this time.
How rude.
Stop just stomping through the middle of a fucking evil
Is that
village that's got plant monsters and zombies.
I'll be at the front.
second?
You guys,
Lumi's
as you-
still in spellcasting
What's-
range at the second point, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys head in
So
a
our
kind of
usual
loose
formation, I think, yeah.
kind of loose formation, and you'll see you see some movement by that sort of fairly solid-looking building that's nearer the nearest to you.
What kind of movement?
Movement as a sort of fairly gaunt-looking human steps out with a white beard and very simple brown robe. Almost looks like a sack. And he sort of steps out into the road. He's a pretty weedy-looking guy, you have to say. He's barefoot.
Well met.
Ride off, I presume.
You'll see these kind of bright. The one thing about him that really sticks out are these bright green eyes, and he'll look surprised when you use his name. Who are you, and why do you come here?
Come here seeking you.
You look surprised.
That's
No, I'll hold my hands up quickly.
That's a little blunt.
No one seeks the wanderer. What brings
Well,
you to
it's your...
Dead Thunder Tree?
Your knowledge we're after.
You know these lands and these forests better than anyone, and there's a place that we're looking for, and we're hoping that you could help us.
Perhaps I can. Looks around.
Is there something?
Almost as if he's worried about ambush.
Should we get somewhere safer?
You'll kind of he's clearly not one for words, but he kind of nods towards the building.
He doesn't do a lot of
He'll
talking.
step in. Steps in.
Wasn't this guy supposed to be an elf?
No.
I'm pretty sure he was. The guy in front of us isn't an elf, is he?
He looks very gaunt if he's an elf, and he's got long white hair and a beard. You haven't seen any pointy ears.
Because, okay, I'm not going to say anything out loud at the moment.
I
I'll wait outside till.
I don't think we ever knew his race. He was just referred to as the Druid.
No, he was an elf. I'm positive he was an elf because the
Our
whole
character,
point
I
about
think he's right. I'm pretty sure he was told he was an elf, but
yeah. And so you just went ride off, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll play along."
all you humans look the same to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking hell, all right. The bard will take a back seat. Go on.
No. You're
like?
I mean, at the end of the day, you're already started chatting to him, and you go, "Let's go somewhere safer." So I'm thinking, much like handbag here, I'm going to hang around outside.
Okay. As you head towards,
using illusionary magic of some kind to mask his appearance so that he looks weedy and pathetic.
Yeah, not everybody thinks like your broken mind.
So, I'll nod to Amir and wandering with our bardic friend.
okay, you head in. Inside the place is just a simple bedroll upon the floor. It looks like there's what's left of a cooking pot and sort of basics for a stove, but it's almost like this place is only used as a basic shelter every now and again. It's not a proper, even though it's been reinforced and it looks like a relatively sturdy building. It's not somewhere that's used terribly regularly. So this guy sort of sits down, crosses his legs, seems remarkably unthreatening, but he does pick up a sort of very gnarled stick from the bedroll, a kind of 2.5 foot stick, which he lays across his lap.
Oh, I don't like gnarly sticks. They look
Gnarly.
You're
Stick like.
You're here to seek my wisdom.
staff magic like.
Oh, knowledge of the area, yes.
What knowledge is it that you seek?
Cragmore Castle.
Why do you wish to go there?
Friend in need.
He looks across at the rest of you. There are no friends for you there. It's a place of death.
That's so we've heard, but then that's our cross to bear.
Better than this place. Naught but twig blights, the shambling dead, and those black masked idiots over the far side of town.
Black mask idiots.
Aye.
I'd be intrigued by that.
No, avoid this place, lest you get yourself killed.
Why'd you stay here then?
Sort of sneers. I wouldn't expect one of the underfolk to understand the responsibility that comes with protecting the land.
Yeah.
With that, he'll kind of smooth back the white hair on one side, and you'll see a knife-pointed ear.
Yeah.
Well, if you want directions to that place,
We do.
I could give them to you. I know its location.
I'm sensing there's a bit of a quid pro quo here. Like chasing off some black masked idiots. I feel that's coming.
Yes, the idiots are here for some strange purpose.
There's some kind of wacky cult.
They've come for the dragon in the tower.
I'm sorry, what? There's a dragon in the tower.
The spiders tell me his name is Venom Fang. He's a young green, I think. My worry is if they do indeed entreat with him, and manage to get him upon their side, he will almost certainly strike south at Phandelver and the other places. Hear about the forest. I can't take them on my own.
What do you mean by the spiders?
Some of you look capable. Some.
What do you mean by the spiders tell you?
What I said. I'm a druid, I speak to animals. Some of the friendlier, smaller, domestic spiders, they talk. Their bigger brothers are here, hidden some places within the walls of some of the buildings. They are unfriendly. But twig blights and the rest of them have overrun the place. Happened a long time ago when the ash fell. But yes, if you help me remove the cultists, if that's what they are, I'll give you the location to your certain demise at Cragmar Castle.
How many of them is there?
A dozen,
Do you know?
maybe more. Difficult to go across there without attracting too much attention.
And they aren't allied to the dragon yet. They're trying to sweet talk it.
Last I heard.
Just want to be clear that if we start kicking the crap out of some black masked weirdos, that a dragon isn't just going to sort of lay the flaming smackdown on us.
I think that's unlikely.
Likely. They sound about the best odds we're going to get.
He nods. There's an old garrison, southeastern edge of town. That's where I last saw some of them.
I think we have an idea where they are.
They keep the ash zombies close.
Ash zombies?
Yeah, the dead that were killed from the ash from Hotenow north. Like I say, didn't you see the sign?
Oh, the plant monsters and zombies.
Plant monsters and zombies, beware, danger. Don't come this way. It's really dangerous. You're all going to die. That one. Didn't you see that one?
You're just
We saw the sign.
Yeah.
Me? I'm the most cheerful person you'll find here in the whole of town. So he's got this perpetual sort of scowl on his face. Clearly somebody that's not used to being around other people.
Why don't
Face
you
like
like
a
calling him
second.
Simon?
So do we have an accord? An agreement?
Well, quid pro quo. And, you know, Lumi will be happy because he'll get to smack down some undead. And some crazy cultists.
12 is a lot.
12
Maybe
cults.
young dragon can be misled.
Plus zombies. 12.
Don't forget the twig blights. I did say twig blights.
Yeah, but they're not allied with the cultists, are they? They're just things that live in the undergrowth, overgrowth, whatever it is.
What is a twig like?
It sounds like a really nasty twig.
He'll sort of look at you
Disease?
with great disdain, as if you're completely and utterly clueless. You don't know what a twig blight is.
Oh, is it like a leaf mulch?
Have a look in Roll20. He's just shown you a pic. He describes a twig blight to you.
That's no leaf mold.
It's not leaf mold. If you can see it, that's what it looks like. It's called twig blight.
Oh, God, that looks dangerous.
Yeah, and
I
then
know, that's why I wrote the sign. It says danger. Zombies and plant monsters. You're killed. Go away. Didn't you read that sign?
I have to confess your sign was accurate.
Yeah.
we did ignore it because we.
Well, you're here. Yeah. I
I
expect
need
How
to
many?
find Cragmore Castle is great.
Will you help us then? You know, with taking out
Right.
these people.
Of course.
So, what are
No,
your
sure.
fighting capabilities?
Fighting capabilities. Well, I can turn into a great big bear. I can hit things with this stick. And I can call down lightning from the sky. But apart from that, I'm fucking
Like
useless.
him.
For an old timer.
That seems acceptable.
Then again, one of your kind, you probably want to cut my heart out and eat it or something.
I have imagined this actually as we were talking.
Thought you would.
Dear me.
Enough of the pleasantries. When should we get going?
Then you can go.
And then we'll be like friends because we'll have helped each other.
We won't be friends.
I'll consider you a friend.
You shouldn't. I don't like you.
You don't even know me. I'm really nice.
In fact, I could smell you from all the way down the way.
Did you just pull a smell joke out on me at your age? Really?
There's a small smirk, and he goes, "Indeed, I did." And he gets up, brandishes his stick. Let's talk more action.
I agree.
With that, he'll walk to the door and plants the stick down, and the stick that he's got kind of grows taller. Turns into a shillelagh, a magical
I knew those
druidic weapon. And interestingly enough, as he stands there, his skin takes on a kind of bark-like coloration.
It's got wood skin, man.
Mm.
And he'll say, "I think the best idea is to approach from the north, go up through, clear a little way, avoid the tower, curve round. They have watches set down this way for new entrance into the town for travellers and such. If we circle around behind them, perhaps at night we can catch them unawares. We'll have to be careful of the twig blights and the ash zombies.
We will.
And giant spiders and venom fang and stuff like that."
So dragons, giant
What,
spiders,
Venom Fang?
the dragon.
The dragon.
The dragon.
Oh, right.
The dragon, the spiders, the twig blights, the ash zombies.
And the
Looks to his
culture.
finger. Yeah. See?
Oh.
Not much, really.
Green dragons. What's their weapon? Is it acid?
Yes.
That's fabulous.
Could be worse. Could be a blue. Could be a
Two-level.
He says, kind of like looking back at the two blue dragons.
Awkward.
And then kind of goes, sort of does a little kind of chuckle as he walks towards.
Can you
walks-
like
As he walks past.
animal assistance or something? You know, like I don't know.
Why would I use the poor innocent animals when you guys are here?
As he walks past, I'll just point and say, "He's funny."
March on. Maybe if your shoulders slope a little more. Maybe if your shoulders slope a little more, Drow, your robe will fall to the floor. March on.
In your dreams, white boy.
It looked like he's eating something.
Yeah, everyone's like,
So,
Tiny bit of sick.
Sorry. And we're good to go. As you guys turn your attention towards the town of Thunder Tree, we'll call a timeout.